My mother-in-law says I ruined my baby's photo, but she's just a bad photographer.
That's a skill issue.
Need to get some feedback on this because it's driving me crazy. My 37 female family has been staying with my husband, 36 male parents, 59 female and 59 male, for a week, and we'll be at their home for another week before we have to head home to get the kids ready for back to school. My mother-in-law and I don't necessarily get along, but she's been trying to play nice since I gave birth to our fourth child, a boy, 4 months ago. By the way, this comes from Ginger Pretzel Mama, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we'll try to give our best advice, but we have not always experienced these situations. So if you have, let us know down in the comments what you would do or have done. But OP says, however, I suppose the nice act has ended because she's been stirring the pot and pushing my buttons since we got to their house. She's been rummaging through my clothes, whining that I should bottle feed instead of nursing so she has a chance to feed her baby. I've been biting my tongue because my husband loves his family and this is some of the only time we get to see his siblings. But at the end of this week, mother-in-law storms downstairs while we were eating breakfast, and the kids are in the yard playing, claiming we needed to talk. I go through a mental checklist to try to figure out which one of her household rules I've broken, or how I've managed to piss her off this time, when she slaps her phone down on the counter and begins scrolling through photos that are all of me and the baby. Photos that she apparently took while I wasn't paying attention, as most of them are blurry or from strange angles, down low as though she angled her phone up while it was taken in her lap. One of them is taken...
That sounds like the most horrific angle you could have.
She's like...
Just the straight up, I'm going to give you all a treat right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what you would get from that angle.
And then the baby's just like looking like...
Right. Exactly. One of them is taken through a crack in the door in the my husband and I's bedroom. Oh my god, what is she doing?
It's an aesthetic choice. Stalker core.
Yeah, absolutely. I ask mother-in-law what her problem is and why she's been taking photos of me and the baby like a lunatic, instead of just asking for my help with taking photos that I'd approve of. I don't want my infant son's face plastered all over social media. I cover it with emojis in my Facebook pictures. But she complains that she doesn't want to put those stupid pictures all over his face, and that I won't put him down long enough for her to get a photo of him by himself. He's been contact napping and I wear him for most of the day. And she can't post the photos that she took because I'm, quote, huge, and ruining them by looking ridiculous. For context, I'm definitely on the heavier side, 5'3" and 230 pounds. And because half of these photos are from a weird low angle, I have a prominent double chin, and baby is usually pressed up against me, either in my arms or his wrap. So the photos are pretty much just unflattering pictures of me with baby's head and maybe an arm or leg visible.
I'm sorry. Yeah, every photo from that angle will be unflattering, even if you're like
100%.
a supermodel. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not where you have photos taken. You always want the camera above eye line.
Yeah. I tell her that I'm not going to entertain this behavior, and since she decided to approach the supposed problem like this, then she can work with what she's already got, but she's definitely not getting a solo photo op with my baby now. Hubby is understanding and supports my decision, even getting in the way when he sees mother-in-law trying to sneakily take more photos or distracting her so I could leave the room. But some people think that I'm blowing this out of proportion. W hubby.
Yeah.
Dub hub.
Dub
man.
hubba.
That's a really, really cool for him to do.
Hubba.
Father-in-law says that mother-in-law has a right to take photos of her grandchild, and it's not her fault that I'm insecure about how fat I am. Hubby's twin sister is also being dismissive because, quote, she's always been catty about weight. Why are you acting so insulted like it's the first time? Even my sister, when I called and complained about this, acted like I was making mountains out of molehills. She was like this 60 pounds ago. Why is it suddenly a big deal again? No one will listen to me when I insist that I don't care about her comments on my weight. I care that she's sneaking around taking photos like a stalker because she doesn't respect me enough to ask my permission to take photos of my baby.
She's paparazzi.
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 She doesn't want to have to follow my rules about covering his face and can't wrench him out of my arms to get pictures of him. So she's just been acting like a creep instead. And I'm nursing him in one of these photos. So this is weird, right? Am I crazy? And there is an edit, but yes, that is weird. And you are not crazy.
Yeah, it's just like it just comes down to a respect thing.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want pictures taken. She's
Yeah.
like, I don't care.
Right.
And you only care because you're overweight.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, like I feel like at a certain point, it's like, okay, well, if I can't trust that you're not going to take sneaky pictures of me sometimes when, my biddies are out because I'm nursing my child,
Yeah.
then I don't want you around
Biddies
anymore.
out.
Biddies out. So, I feel like the next option is just like, okay, well, come back when my child's not nursing and when I'm comfortable having his face on social media.
I think the next option should just be like blowing spitballs.
Yeah.
Just have some spitballs lined
Just
up
ready to
in
go
a
and-
straw. She's like,
Oh, we do have an edit. Thank you guys for proof that I'm not crazy. You're so welcome. I honestly didn't even think about going home early. I was fully prepared to just grit my teeth for the rest of this visit because we only took one car on the drive up here. I'm packing my son's things, and when husband gets back from fishing with his dad and his brother, I'm asking if he can drive me and the baby back home. I'll be able to have peace of mind and have the house to myself for a few days so I can get things in order before the kids have to go back to school. And we do have a second edit/update. Husband is back and they're home from fishing early because brother-in-law lost his pole and they forgot to bring any spares.
dang, how many drinks did they have on the boat?
He and I have been texting since he left early this morning, and he's taking the baby and I home, and we're planning on having a conversation about what time spent with his folks will look like going forward on the drive back. Thank you all for the advice and giving me the gumption to leave early and keeping me company with your comments while I packed my stuff. And we do have a real update here. A big time update.
Yeah, big time update,
Mm-hmm.
big time rush.
Uh-oh, let's rush on into this big time update. Okay, I wasn't going to update because I got home with the baby and settled in and thought nothing of it. Just communicated with my husband and my 14-year-old through texts and phone calls while they were gone, but problems started to follow pretty soon after. After my husband returned to his parents' house without the baby and I, his mother huffed and started grumbling about how dramatic I am, how possessive I am of her baby.
Not your baby.
Not your baby.
Not your baby. It's actually our baby.
Yep.
Not your baby.
It's our baby. It's okay Storytime's baby.
Yeah, it's my baby.
It's
You're
been
a
member for
dad?
9 months.
Congrats.
I'm going to be a
Congrats.
dad.
Does that make me an
Wow.
uncle?
Wow.
I'm going to be the best uncle ever.
Bunkle.
Uncle. Well, that could stand for bad uncle too.
Or best.
That's for you to decide. But she also started talking about how I was ruining this trip for everyone. Sister-in-law began winding her up, talking about how I didn't want anyone else to build a relationship with the baby. Husband told both of them to mind their business and get a grip, mentioning to mother-in-law that he needed to have a serious talk with her once the kids left with brother-in-law for lunch. Mother-in-law rolled her eyes and walked off. They have a talk, and husband insists to mother-in-law and father-in-law that they can't expect me to roll over and let them stomp all over my limits just because they want access to our baby. That we are the final say in what happens with our children, and if they can't get on board with that, they can forget about seeing them, especially not unsupervised. He told mother-in-law that her sneaking around acting like my word meant nothing was childish and proved that she wasn't trustworthy. And he told both of them to keep their opinions about my weight to themselves. This starts what husband told me later was a practically 2 to 3 hour argument that only stopped because brother-in-law came back with the kids and husband refused to discuss this in front of them. Mother-in-law pulling out crocodile tears and asking why he won't defend her, insisting that I'm trying to ruin their relationship. Husband has never been close with his mother, and that she just wants to show off her baby to her friends and the extended family. Husband responds that if she really wanted to take pictures of the baby, all she had to do was ask for help so he or I could cover the baby's face. Mother-in-law and father-in-law argue that they shouldn't have to ask permission. They're grown adults and can do as they please in their own house.
Dang, well, as also grown adults, we're going to do as we please and leave your house.
Yeah, what? Like,
That's just the dumbest thing. I hate that.
There's no
Well,
logic.
I'm a full-grown adult. I could do what I want. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you're not free of consequence.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You can do that. Great. Here's the consequences.
Yeah.
We don't want to be here.
That's stupid. Husband reminds them that it is our baby, not theirs. And since they felt so strongly, that is why I removed myself from the situation. And if they wanted to see my baby, they could do it at our house where they'll have to follow our rules. This went back and forth with mother-in-law eventually shouting and stomping her feet until brother-in-law returned. For the rest of the day, mother-in-law was grumbling under her breath and practically ignoring our older children, even as my 5-year-old was clamoring for her attention. Husband paid her no mind and spent the evening playing board games with the kids and brother-in-law while sister-in-law and his mother sulked in the kitchen. Fast forward to last night, husband was having a couple of adult sodas with his brother, while mother-in-law and sister-in-law have wine in the kitchen. Father-in-law had gone to bed early and the kids were asleep. Husband hears mother-in-law and sister-in-law giggling to each other, and while casually checking his phone, he sees that mother-in-law has posted all of the photos she took of me on her Facebook page, captioning them with, "OP won't let me see my grandson, so you'll have to excuse her hogging the frame." Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The way their phone would be in a million pieces.
Are we 15? Like, what are we doing?
So.
Like, where's our emotional maturity at? After that whole conversation now, too, you're just like, let's double down.
Yeah.
And further alienate OP.
Right.
My son's wife.
Yeah.
Mother of our grandchild.
Oh my God.
Let's do this on purpose. Let's giggle about it like we're in a clique in high school.
Yeah.
The good old burn book.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
In the comments of her post, she was chatting with her sisters about me. Derogatory comments on my hair, as my icon and username reflects I'm a natural redhead, shaming me for my selfishness, and obviously comments on my body. Husband flips his crap, demanding that mother-in-law take the photos down or he'd take her phone from her and do it himself. Apparently, there were more photos than even the ones that we saw at first, and in several of them, my top is fully open, nursing bra unclipped. Mother-in-law is unaware husband is serious and tries teasing him that she thought he wasn't ashamed of being married to a fat woman. Husband rushes into the kitchen, snatches mother-in-law's phone out of her hands after a brief scuffle, deleting all the photos from mother-in-law's Facebook and then taking them off of her phone altogether before throwing her phone down on the counter and telling her that he was leaving first thing in the morning. Great.
I really imagined when I saw throwing down, I just imagined him spiking that thing into the floor.
Me too.
I thought he was like
really what I was hoping.
I thought he was gonna like just grab it and throw it at the wall.
Which would be wrong because it's destruction of property and the cell phones are expensive.
Yeah.
But it would have been satisfying reading about it.
Yeah, don't do it, guys. That's terrible. That's like illegal.
The best thing you can do is like get the phone, all right? You take a piece of meat. You attach the piece of meat to the phone. You throw the meat out back. A hawk comes, swoops down and takes the phone and the meat away.
You yell pull.
Because what are they going to do? Prosecute a bird?
There you go. Yeah.
They don't know bird law.
Sorry. Yeah, the birds don't play by our rules here.
Yeah. Good luck retaining a bird lawyer.
They're literally above us in that sense.
They are above us.
Oh my goodness. Mother-in-law scowls and starts shouting that it isn't fair that he's taking my side. He responds that he loves me, that it isn't my side versus hers, it's our side versus hers.
Boom.
Boom! Best line
Boom.
ever. I'm pretty out of the loop about all of this at this point. I've been cleaning the house, looking after the baby, and dealing with the colds that I was apparently incubating for the first week of our visit. So I get a call from Hubs while I'm doing laundry in the basement. He's in his car, trying to keep himself calm, but says that he'll be home early with the kids in the morning, and that he wanted to have a discussion with me about our plans moving forward. He tells me what happened. I calm him down, and we both head to bed. And by the way, you can head to your favorite podcast platform, whether that's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, whatever, and search OK Storytime, because you're going to find full episodes with more stories just like this one on there. Go over.
Yeah.
And
they're great for learning how to not be. How to not be a mother-in-law.
Exactly.
This is a great story for that. Don't be this mother-in-law.
Do not do it. There is a little bit more to the story, but yeah, I'm very satisfied with how the husband is reacting. We got the photos down from Facebook, out of the phone.
Yeah.
And hopefully that slam was hard enough, maybe chip some things.
Yeah, maybe the camera doesn't work as well anymore.
Yeah.
That's what we need to make sure.
That actually,
pictures.
yeah. That would be perfect. That'd be perfect.
But yeah, perfect. 10 out of 10 I give that guy. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. You made a right choice, OP.
10 out of 10. That's coming from a bird lawyer.
You heard it first. Heard it here first, folks. So fast forward to this morning, and I get up early with the baby to have breakfast and coffee. Hubs arrives with 14, 10, and 5-year-olds at about 6 a.m. We have breakfast, and then the kids peel off to do their own thing. Our daughters leave for their friend's house, and the 5-year-old goes into the basement den to watch cartoons on the big TV. Hubs and I talk, and he says that he's done with that annual visit to his parents' place and that he's planning to have some one-on-one time with his brother a few times a year instead. We go over a plan of action in terms of much stricter boundaries, deciding that the kids won't be going to the in-laws' house anymore. And while the in-laws visit us at our house, if they act out, they'll be punted out. Mother-in-law has been blowing up his phone since he left, but he's ignoring her for the time being and helping me with cleaning. He also sheepishly admitted that as disrespectful and frustrating as mother-in-law's creepy photos were, they'd given him a new appreciation for my round face. Aw, I picked a winner, y'all, truly. And that's the end of that story.
My ex-in-laws demand to get our kids together, but I don't wanna. I, 29 female, received a Facebook post from my ex-brother-in-law's ex-wife, and no one's real name was used. So, my ex-brother-in-law, Patrick, 30 male, his ex-wife, Diane, 29 female, and my kid, 10 male, and their kid, 9 male. By the way, this comes from user awkwardrelease8860, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
And I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we're not perfect. We don't have all the answers. So keep that in mind as we read what OP says. During the time of them being separated, she and I didn't really talk. She blocked me on Facebook sometime after her mental breakdown since she and Patrick were not getting along. She recently unblocked me and tried to add me on Facebook. I simply deleted the request. No, she did not message me on Facebook after this. Yes, people who are not my friends can still message me. Did not text me. I've had the same number since middle school. None of that happened. She then waits a week after I deleted her friend request and instead comments on my post that she wants me to contact her so the kids can hang out. She also makes a Facebook post asking someone to contact me so the kids can hang out. Not a message, a mass post to her friends asking them to contact me. We have 140 mutuals since we went to the high school together. Yeah, she's crowdsourcing.
Yeah.
Like making a play date between your kids. You're just not interested. It seems like she's still very into dramatizing things and putting everyone's business on Facebook. I don't associate with either of them due to this reason, but am I the a-hole for not organizing a meeting for the kids, even though she's not someone that's a good influence to be in mine or my family's life? Story below of both Diane and Patrick's behavior and why I don't want to associate myself or my family with them. Backstory on Patrick. Patrick got cheated on by Diane. He had his friend move in with him who ultimately ended up screwing him over. He then moved in with my ex and me as my ex was his brother and he made the choice. A few months in, Patrick attempted the forever nap but was saved by my ex. I was working. Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's one way to put that. Patrick stated his brother was just awful and he was sorry I dealt with this for so long. A few weeks after this, my ex was inebriated and yelling, proceeding to break down the bedroom door out of rage.
Oh my God.
Both kids were present, so we packed up minimal items and left. Following this, Patrick and I helped Diane through her dark times so their kid could have a mother still. She made drop-offs and pickups much harder than needed or tried to start some sort of drama while Patrick lived with me. I paid for almost everything when Patrick lived here. Rent, water, extra food, all of my bills. I was a 24/7 single mom because his brother, my ex, was off getting wasted or trying to have girlfriends. So I was going into debt. Patrick would borrow my car sometimes while I was sleeping and not even ask or inform me. Then he'd bring it back and not even put gas in it. This is when gas was $5 a gallon. About a year and 8 months after my ex and I split, I got together with my now husband.
Wow.
He would spend the night over here a few times a week, or I would go over there to hang out. My husband did laundry at my house maybe once a week, as I paid for all the rent and the water used. Patrick got upset that I didn't ask if he could use his washer and dryer. I said I didn't think it was a big deal since I paid for water and all of the rent anyway, but sorry, I'll ask next time. He also lost his temper with my now husband as he asked Patrick's son not to talk to my son while he was eating. I was sick and could barely talk, so he was doing me a solid. Patrick got enraged and yelled about not parenting his kid. Everything went downhill from there. And I basically said he could start paying for rent or he could move out with his girlfriend. And that's what they did. His girlfriend contacted me once to hang out with the kids. I made multiple attempts to get the kids together. They knew my schedule and I informed them to let me know when they could. They only reached out for money or when they wanted something to benefit them. I have not spoken to them for roughly a little over a year. Backstory on Diane. She cheated on Patrick and moved in with her affair partner. She then started having their child call the affair partner dad. Crime.
Yikes.
Crime.
Yikes.
Crime. I call that a crime. You're criming. She also got her own vehicle, which broke down, and she said she needed their car back. She had to refinance it in her own name and got back to it. She eventually got engaged to a affair partner. She left the state with their child to visit family. When she returned, affair partner had packed up and moved back in with his parents, claiming he still loved her and wanted to be with her, just not living together. She spiraled and wanted to take the forever nap, but Patrick and I helped her through this. She had basically nothing in her fridge for a child to eat and, lots of booze. Eventually, she moved on and moved houses too. After this, co-parenting between Patrick and Diane was toxic. After Patrick moved out from my house and in with his girlfriend, it was still a struggle. On one of the pickups, Patrick refused to give the child to Diane as she seemed under the influence and felt it was unsafe. Diane proceeded to bang on his door in attempts to get the child. She got arrested and they went to court for parenting time. I can only assume they now split custody in a court order. And we have an update.
That was wild. A lot of stuff just happened.
So I think, personally,
yeah,
that's a whole lot to have dealt with and gone through with these two.
Yeah.
Makes sense you don't want to hang out with the kids.
Yeah.
Because if the kids are hanging out, y'all are hanging out in some capacity.
Right.
Right? Like,
yeah, you
that's
have
a
to.
dynamic. That's a relationship.
Yeah. No, I feel like I had friends where it was kind of like, can't really hang out with them that much because like my parents didn't get along with her parents or something like that. That's happened once or something. At least once, you know. But yeah, that's rough.
I posted a mini update yesterday stating that I received a message from Diane's sister that she then screenshotted and shared on Diane's post that I saw her message. I have since blocked them both. Since then, it's been one whole day. Now, Patrick has taken it upon himself to post that he has been biting his tongue for too long and that it's so messed up that he can't have contact with his family and that his family needs to respect the children's wishes to hang out if they want to. He also claimed he made every attempt to try and reach out before it got to this point. I deleted both Patrick and his girlfriend off Snapchat over a year ago as neither of them tried to make contact with me. I still had them on Facebook, and again, I still have the same phone number. For the first year after Patrick moved out and in with his girlfriend, I messaged them on Snapchat about trying to plan a hangout and about what hours I worked. I told them to message me when it would work best since Patrick has a lot of doctor appointments and his girlfriend worked full time. Patrick got in a bad accident that put him in the hospital, unable to work, over 2 years ago, and he's still unemployed, claiming he's too disabled. But there are plenty of jobs, even if it's just minimum wage, that you can work from home to make money. He has also since gone to a concert, dyed his hair, gone out to places, and it just feels like a lack of trying rather than truly being unable to work. So his girlfriend basically supports herself, him, his kid, her kid, their kid, and a dog. Patrick's mom also lives with them and was working for a while until she had an accident. I've heard from his sister, my ex-sister-in-law, who I am still very much in contact with, and my kid spends the night with as she respects my boundaries. She said that she is also done with his behavior, as she has been for a while now. Anyway, after the first year or so after they moved out, I kept trying to plan something. We met once on Easter because his girlfriend planned it, and the other time I planned it, but it fell through because they had a doctor appointment. I told them to let me know when they could reschedule, and they didn't. His girlfriend would text and guilt trip me on Snapchat about how the kiddos miss my child. Instead of asking to plan a hangout, I would respond with, let me know when you're available, and then get ghosted. So what is the end game for them?
Right.
Like,
what are they trying to do?
Dude, is the end game truly just complaining on social media and turning people against OP?
It must be. They like, you know, think about putting their kids in a play date and then sending them off so that they don't have to watch them, and then using like, oh, the kids want to see your kids as an excuse. I mean, I'm making this up. But then, like, immediately when they actually have to put things together and, like, parent and remember that their kids are there and that they have to take care of their kids, then they're like, oh, shoot, actually, I don't really want to put that effort in, and I'm going to ignore that text.
It's just
I
crazy.
don't know if any of that made sense.
It's just crazy to do instead of just setting up the date. You're
Yeah.
now publicly trying to beef.
Right. It's not a hard thing to do. Pick a day. That's all.
Yeah. I would either get ghosted or she would say to reach out to Patrick, which I did, and also would not receive a response. I would have been happy to let the kids hang out. They could have been hanging out this whole time. But I'm not the only one who needs to be putting effort into making this work for the kids. I was tired of helping people and reaching out when they only reached out for money or when they needed something to benefit them. He still fails to reach out and set up anything or put in any effort, and he is always playing the victim. Both Diane and Patrick will fight over text and do not know how to have a conversation without it escalating. I also know that if I were to message them, it would just be a back and forth that would become me saying, this is exactly why I don't want contact. And I don't doubt either one of them would take those screenshots to the internet to blast further drama instead of talking like mature adults. So again, instead of Patrick reaching out to me in any civil adult manner, he also just blasts drama on the internet, just like Diane. I don't want the drama or conflicts involved with either of them, like I explained in my previous post. And yet, it's still here. So am I the a-hole for just blocking him and his girlfriend on Facebook also because of this childish behavior instead of messaging Diane or Patrick first? There's a second update. No.
No,
I would be
absolutely not.
afraid to even leave my kids in the same place as these people.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, that's always so annoying whenever people talk about your personal drama on the internet. Like, what even is that about? What are you going to get from that?
It's just bleh.
It's blah.
Bleh. Imagine
Like,
your
does
kids are
anyone
hanging
care?
out and then like she goes to your kid and is just like, Mom hates you.
Yeah,
Your mom hates you. She told me. She told me she hates you.
I wouldn't put it past her.
And it's like, yeah, she'd be like, well, you deserve that because of you ignored me.
Right, right.
It's just like,
It's
I
just
don't know
gross.
what you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to say. And I don't want to associate with you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I feel like we need to block these people at this point.
Yes.
Block them.
Normalize the
Keep
ability to just cut people out of your life. Especially when they give you great reasons to.
Yep. Exactly.
Hello! I have blocked both Diane and Patrick on all forms of social media. My friend was also invested in this drama, and Diane's profile is on public, so there's an update. Diane has continued the conversation with her sister on her original Facebook post, now stating that I hate her child, and that she doesn't have beef with me. She said her son is great, but his parents are nothing but drama train wrecks. Every time someone has Patrick or Diane involved in their life, some sort of drama and chaos follows. Proof in the pudding is that I tried for a year to get the kids together with Patrick and got left on red. I was blocked by Diane until a few weeks ago, so even when you don't associate, they throw you into their drama fest instead of having a mature conversation like an adult. I don't have the mental energy in my life to go back into chaos, especially not after the 7.5 years of chaos with my own ex. And by the way, you can listen to 72 days of wonderful stories just like this one in the full episodes on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you listen to podcasts that you can find by searching OK Storytime.
Hooray.
You can. I know you can.
I know you can.
There are those who have.
I think I can. I think I can.
Yes.
I
Yes.
can, guys. But I am upset that, I mean, okay, she blocked them all. That's great. But she's still getting involved in the drama, no, even after blocking. But they're not reaching out to her, right? Just to clarify that. They're not still, like, trying to find ways to reach out. They're just using her name, throwing her name around.
Yeah,
But
it's just on the Facebook post. I think
Yeah.
maybe one of them reached out, but it was in like a weird way. Yeah. It's regardless.
Yeah.
You just do not have to
Just walk away. Just
placate
don't even hear
these
about
people.
it.
It doesn't matter what they used to be, the ex-brother-in-laws, ex-wife, ex-whatever, and they have a
Yep.
kid, and then it's like your ex-nephew-in-law, whatever.
Right.
It's not your responsibility or your sacred duty in life to make sure that those two kids have play dates, especially when their parents are actively throwing you under buses.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Let's finish this story. So here are the comments between Diane and her sister on the post. Diane said she found it funny that I blocked her and that I really don't want anything to do with her kid. Diane's sister said, I probably blocked her too after this, and that it's ridiculous keeping the cousins apart. She said it doesn't matter the family drama, that the kids aren't a part of it, and that they should be allowed to see each other. Diane then said that she and I don't even have drama. She doesn't involve herself with my ex's last name and family either, so she doesn't understand why her son has to catch that from me. Not only do they admit that there is family drama, but they continue to create it. Then they wonder why no one wants to be associated with them. And that is the end of that story.
My fiance won't stand up for me. He says his mom will never change.
That's what you stand up.
I, 26 female, and my mother-in-law, 43 female, were friends via church before I met my now fiance, 27 male. Mother-in-law let me stay at their house when I left a toxic relationship with my 2 children. Her son helped me move my stuff out the next day. That is what initially attracted me to him, that he didn't know me, but he helped me pack and move me and my kids' things out of a bad situation. By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own story, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
Oh, sorry.
Wow.
Go ahead.
No,
I remember that you were there.
that's so cool.
I totally remember that you were there, and you had to introduce yourself.
And I'm here. You know what? I don't exist, I think.
No.
This happens to me a lot.
No.
You're not the first.
No.
Not the last. I
I
think I'm Keon. I think I'm here.
Oh, put some love in the chat for the producers that get overlooked in these intros. Besides that, we're just here to tell some great stories and have some hot goss. All right, we have not experienced a lot of these situations, but if you have, let us know in the comments what you have done, what you would do in this situation. Let us know your input. But anyway, OP says, I moved back to my home state where me and my fiance kept in contact. My now fiance. I moved back to his state about 5 years ago for the kids to be closer to their dad, not my now fiance. We have been together ever since. I moved back in February 2020 and then the vid hit. We moved in together in July of 2020. I then found out that I was pregnant in November of 2020. However, since we announced to his mom that we were together, things definitely changed. She seemed supportive of the relationship, but that went out the window when she tried to punt me out of my now fiance's place in the middle of a fight me and him were having. I was pregnant with his child and had 2 kids. After I had my daughter, we didn't trust anyone with her, so we sent her to school with my mother-in-law. I ended up working at the school for 1 school year and then left due to conflict with another staff member that was favored by the owner. I tried to report her for putting her hands on a child and it got messy. Anyways, after I left, my mother-in-law had my daughter Sunday night to Wednesday night for school, and she thinks that she is her mother. She has a possessive hold on my daughter, telling everyone that she raised her and taught her all the things that she knows, that she's the reason my daughter is so smart. Me and mother-in-law's relationship has been strained. My dad passed away in 2021 from the vid, and my mother-in-law didn't reach out to check on me one time, but instead reached out to my mom. My mom had plenty of people looking after her, including me, who uprooted my entire life to take care of her during this time. But I had nobody. She even went as far as sharing my dad's GoFundMe, saying, please pray for my granddaughter's other grandmother during this time.
No,
Completely
what?
excluding me.
What?
Yeah, what?
She's got major beef with you.
Yeah. But
That's
like,
absurd.
like, why though?
And like, yeah, your husband has to see that and go, hey, why are you like actively catfighting my fiance,
Right.
my wife?
Yeah, the
Stop
mother of
it.
my child. Yeah.
Stop it.
That's something that I've held on to. About a month and a half ago, I exploded on her. I let everything out. Reason being, my daughter had a ballet recital. Mother-in-law jumped in front of me to rush her in and off the stage and took away a moment that I could have had with my child after receiving her medal. Then she posted a thank you, tagging everyone who came and how her and her husband are so happy that so many people were there for my child. During the blow up, I told her how she doesn't let me be my child's mother when she's around, how she excludes my other 2 kids because they're not biological to her, etc. We had a sit-down conversation. She said hurtful things that can't be unsaid. And I realized that my fiance gets that from his mother. Saying things when you're mad to cut deep, when you're not showing emotion about anything else. They know what to say to open those wounds. Anyways, my daughter is home now full time. We ended the talk on good terms and I explained that I wanted a better relationship and to be closer to her. So I started doing all the things that she said to make us closer. I felt good about it. Now, we had a family trip planned out of state. I even told my fiance on the way there that I think this trip will solidify our relationship. Man, was I wrong. Uh-oh.
Oh.
No.
Ugh.
She ignored me and my fiance the entire trip. She kept saying that she wished her husband's son would have been her son. She didn't speak to either of us or take pictures with us unless it was a family picture. She didn't take any pictures with my other two kids because her, quote, real grandkids were there. She begged me to ask my kids' dad to take them, just for them to be ignored and left out. The only one who got attention was her husband's grandchildren and my child, who's biological to her. That won't happen again. When she did interact with me, she treated me like trash and spoke to me like trash. We rented a boat tour and went snorkeling. I can't swim, which I told everyone in the group chat prior to getting to the boat. The boat took us to the middle of the ocean to snorkel. My brother-in-law's girlfriend was there, and she can't swim either. So we decided we'd sit with the younger kids, and when our men came back, we'd go together. I got in first with the life ring thing.
Wait, I'm sorry. Why would the two people who can't swim go together?
I don't know.
I think if you can't swim, don't go into the ocean and snorkel.
Yeah, right?
Probably. I guess if you have a life jacket, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like they're waiting it on the boat like with the younger kids, and then yeah, I guess when the men came back, they could switch off, and hopefully there'd be someone in the water that could swim in this situation.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be everyone that could swim, but someone. So I got in first with the life ring thing. It clips around your waist. I wanted an actual life jacket because I've never used one of these. But I get in the water and this life ring waist thing starts turning me in the water like a rotisserie chicken. That's funny. They do tend to do that.
It's a funny example. Why? Who did this? Why? Who's getting you in the ocean with a life ring instead of just a life jacket?
Right. I tried grabbing onto my father-in-law, but he pushes me away. My mother-in-law laughs at me and says, "Look at this girl." I tried grabbing onto someone, but nobody helped me. I swallowed and inhaled so much water. I'm already petrified of water, and I didn't want to be the only one who didn't go because then I'd be the sour one. Something that my mother-in-law could use against me again. So my brother-in-law's girlfriend tried going back up the steps. She never touched a foot in the water. And the entire family swam straight over to help her get in the water and make her comfortable. I got out of the water, went to my fiance, covered my face with a towel, and bawled my eyes out. He was pissed. However, he never, ever says anything to his mom unless she says something bad about him directly to him. He doesn't stand up for me ever because, quote, it won't change who she is or how she treats me. But he has no problem standing up to her if it's about him. He doesn't care about how his mom treats me and always flips it to say something about how my mom is instead of focusing on the subject at hand. He is absolutely like his mother in every way. He has no problem with her pretending to be my child's mom and the bad things that she says about me as a mother, but never blames her son. The boat situation was my last straw. I almost drowned. This isn't the only thing that happened on the trip or over the 5 years, but I'm at my wit's end over it all. I want to go completely no contact. My fiance says he doesn't want to keep the kids from her, but I don't feel comfortable sending any of my kids to her. So what do I do? And there are some comments. What do you think that OP should do, Dakota?
Honestly, I'm sorry, but if my fiance is like that mom in every way, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't like that. At first, I was like, you just got a mother-in-law problem, but it sounds like you got a husband problem.
Sounds like it. She's saying that stuff about like the husband is just like it, but then just brushing right past it and being like, okay, but how do I fix my problem of the mother-in-law? And it's like, well, I mean, sure, you can fix that or you can try to fix that, but I think a big thing here is the fact that your fiance is this way.
If he can argue with his mom about himself, but he can't stick up for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it just implies that he like tacitly agrees with her.
Yeah.
So I think this is what you should do. I think you tell him, you're just like your mom, and I cannot be married to someone who is just like your mom. And if he goes, then you know, okay, it's done.
Cool.
It's a done deal. It's over. I mean, when you're saying stuff just to cut deep.
A red flag in itself. Yeah.
That is not husband material.
No. Yeah, I think if you fix your fiance problem, your mother-in-law problem will be pretty much fixed too, or at least a good chunk of it will be. But we do have some comments. Comment number 1 says, you have a fiance problem that contributes to the mother-in-law behavior. Break away from them, all of them. Comment number 2 says, oh, OP, I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. Mother-in-laws can be the worst at times. Personally, I wouldn't let my child go to grandma's anymore. If she can't respect you to your face, I'd be terrified to know what is said and done when you aren't around. Try taking a weekend with just you and your kids. Turn the communicators off and let everyone think about the situation. Maybe your fiance will feel differently if he understands a woman will do everything she has to do to keep her kids safe. Oh, and that's it. What?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
And by the way, we want to keep you safe with more full episodes with stories like this on your favorite podcast platform, whatever it is. iHeart, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Just search OK Storytime and you can listen to the full archive. Stories just like that.
Do it